all you freaks, geeks, and weirdos. It's another edition of Circus of Chaos with Cousin Dave from the San Diego Comic-Con. I'm trying to take it easy here and calm down, but I'm hearing something a little insane. I think I'm just gonna go for it, man. This is just one.
Let him sing.
Ah, forget it. You know what? Let's do this. Let's have some chaos.
While I beat the crap out of this thing and enjoy one of the many interactive experiences here at Comic-Con, let's take a look at what's coming up on the show. Love vintage Halloween masks? We visit Goulsville for a tour.
Shockwolf right now, this bright pink and blue. I thought it might be too funky a color, but that's what I remember in the 70s, and I'm like, I want to try it, and everybody absolutely fell in love with it.
Get your steampunk on with custom goggles and hats.
I try to do a steampunk twist on the top hats, whether they be superheroes or like the Da Vinci, my own creations, or even the Mad Hatter.
Comic-Con has everything for everyone, from pretty kitties to custom Converse that sport Zombie Jesus, and we talk with these artists.
Zombie Jesus fights Robot Hitler, Michael Jackson, Vampire Elvis, and George A. Romero.
We take a stroll into the underworld with Sideshow Collectables.
This is Kier's mask, another prop replica that's also wearable.
Those of you with big collections better think of getting insurance.
Well, every policy is different, but we do, like I said, specialize in toys, and we cover toys.
All that coming up on Circus of Chaos.
Stay off my lawn.
Master Fisto, thank you, I need it. With over 130,000 attendees, the San Diego Comic-Con is an ocean of cosplayers, collectors, and chaos. Fun chaos. The tough part of attending Comic-Con is how to split your time up with the endless things to see. From informative panels, to vendors, artists, and interactive experiences, you'll never get bored. And that's just indoor activities. Outdoors, there are many big-ticket interactive theatrics to immerse yourself in, like the Jack Ryan experience. Hey look, I'm an agent. Or the Walking Dead fun slide, where you can see Daryl's motorcycle. The Killer M-Rap. Hey, look at this zombie dragging the poodle. Or you could get chopped up in the garbage shredder. Or maybe you want to take in Harley Quinn's Chaos Room and let off some steam.
Doug, hey man, I am so intrigued about Goulsville. Tell the audience what's Goulsville about?
Well, Goulsville is something that we started just a couple years ago. For years, I'd wanted to see the old kids' costumes that I grew up with, you grew up with, back in the 70s and 80s. I kept waiting for some cool Halloween decor to come along, and I got tired of waiting. And I said, I had the vision in my head, I said, let's do it. So it took us a good year or so of developing it, working on it, and it was my artwork, design, and we came out with a handful of them a couple years ago, and people absolutely fell in love with them. Did the window box, so it looks just like the old vintage costumes, and it just keeps growing and growing and growing. So everything else is kind of expanding from Goulsville. From these masks, we're starting to get into pins and more patches, and it's really kind of changed our whole business.
I love it, man. I love the crazy cat. It's like, right. What's the most popular one people freak out over?
Well, you know, each introduction, it gets a little different, but these ones up here, up top, Shockwolf right now, this bright pink and blue. I thought it might be too funky a color, but that's what I remember in the 70s, and I'm like, I want to try it, and everybody absolutely fell in love with it. So that's when selling off the hook.
All right, is there going to be a clown in the future, perhaps?
Well, you know, if I'm inspired as of such, you never know. You never know.
I'll send chocolates. I'll send chocolates.
Well, then, in that case, yes.
Or clown girls, one of the two. I don't know. Hey, loving this booth. And I see that you're into the vintage cereal, man. Frankenberry, Count Chocula, right? Well, tell me about what you're doing with that.
Well, that's something that we just introduced here at San Diego Comic-Con, just here at the show. We have partnered up with General Mills. We're doing the cereal monsters. On the back side of the box, it looks like a giant monster cereal box. It's a vintage art. On the front is a window. We're even throwing in a free monster spoon with each mask, just like when you were a kid, you had to have a prize. I said, we got to have a prize in there, so each one's going to have a sculpted adult-size cereal spoon with the Monster logo on it and Monster head.
How many times as a kid did you like eat this for dinner?
Oh yeah. Or going shopping just to see what the prizes were in the aisles and pick your cereal by that. I did that a lot too. So.
And then your artwork here has a distinctive style. Talk about that.
Yeah. Well, that's something a few years back, you know, I'd gone to school for graphic design and illustration, and you know, I needed to get back to it. And about 10 years ago, I started working at it every morning, evening. This is what I do on the weekends, evenings, that kind of thing. And I'm just inspired by real traditional illustration styles, Basil Gogos, Frazetta, those kind of guys that painted in a real traditional painterly style. That's what I do.
And hey, if you love this stuff to hang on your wall, you love the art, there's also, he's selling enamel pins, right?
Yes, enamel pins, yeah. Those we have matched our masks with the window box and shrunk them down, and people are absolutely going crazy for that. The Mars Attacks especially, people are loving that little window box with the pin in it. So,
and then hey, let's just walk over here for a minute. This is why I almost canceled this interview, because he's got these like bric-a-brac resin heads, and I'm like, holy crap! Look at this, buddy. It's like you could dissect a doll and then put a frickin' skull on it. Is that the intention?
Any creative idea you got, you can go for it, man. Yeah. Paint them, drill them, sand them. You have fun with them.
All right, I might make my own toy line here at Goulsville. But hey, love this guy, support him, and buy a frickin' wall mask for your house. Impress your girlfriend, boyfriend, or grandma, whoever.
Yep. And it's all to be found at retroagogo.com.
Hi, I'm Fred Juska. I'm the owner and artist for Kelly's Heroes. Well, I belong to a steampunk costuming group in Sacramento, and I kind of like all things Victorian and Victorian science fiction, also known as steampunk. I try to do a steampunk twist on the top hats, whether they be superheroes or like the Da Vinci, my own creations, or even the Mad Hatter. I sell custom goggles that I hand make. I make goggles that will fit over glasses or can be worn over the face, but normally I make them as more of a fashion accessory to be worn on the hat or around the neck. Because generally in steampunk, you're only wearing goggles if you're expecting a blast from something, or perhaps need to see through the fog from your airship. So generally you're wearing them on your hat or around your neck. I have the stim pack from the Fallout game as a medical device. Growing up, I was always a builder. I was always making things, whether it was building things for my G.I. Joes or my soldiers or whatever. So I've always been a maker and just never stopped. The Nautilus that I have here in two different scales, of course, is from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Jules Verne book, and it fits right into steampunk. In fact, it was probably one of the first steampunk novels ever written, and has long time been a favorite of mine since the movie came out with James Mason and Kirk Douglas.
We'll be right back with more Circus of Chaos from the San Diego Comic-Con. Hey freaks, if you like crazy cool pins and love clowns, the undead, skelecorns, and cats, then check out Pseudo 5 on BigCartel.com. Buy a pin today.
My name's Ira Hunter. I am the publisher and creator of Zombie Jesus, and also comic books called Champions of Hell and Undead Inbreds. And our company is called 13 Flames Empire. Zombie Jesus began with an award-winning short film called The Passion of Zombie Jesus, which you can find on YouTube. It has about 1.5 million views. Jesus gets off the cross and gnaws his arm off and starts killing all his followers and converting them into good fellow Christians. And I went from there. We have a full-color graphic novel for Zombie Jesus, which is his biblical origin. It's got a cover by Tony Moore of The Walking Dead. And also Zombie Jesus fights Robot Hitler, Michael Jackson, Vampire Elvis, and George A. Romero. Zombie Jesus might next have to fight the Toxic Avenger. Some other ideas we had, which aren't that politically correct, are Retarded Einstein and Werewolf Gandhi. Just don't want to do Zombie Mohammed. Zombie Jesus has just grown and grown. He's sort of a very popular Comic-Con fixture at this point. We've even got Zombie Jesus shoes now, custom-made Converse that you can order online as well. So Zombie Jesus is basically like a golden cash cow. We are the reason that the protesters are outside with those yellow signs. The West Baptist Church came down specifically to protest Zombie Jesus. That's my theory.
So you ruined Comic-Con with the power of Zombie Jesus.
We did not ruin Comic-Con, we made Comic-Con better.
I'm Kate Kelly. I am the creator of Dorklandia. So I make little plush stuffed animals, mostly cats. I've been a cat person my whole life. I love cats because they are goofy and take themselves a little too seriously, but sometimes freak out and chase butterflies, and they're cute. I make about 30 to 40 different kinds. I make a lot of different breeds, and the Siamese ones are pretty popular. The tuxedos are always really, everybody knows a tuxedo kitty. I had a really fat gray kitty, and I wanted to try to make a portrait of her because she's just the silliest thing, and I got kind of hooked. So most of them are crocheted. I've just started making my own sewing patterns and making new sewn ones.
So what is the most popular kitty cat you sell out of the most?
Probably the black cat with yellow eyes. So I think there's a lot of them in the world, and they are just the best cats. So I think that the superstition about black cats has actually come full circle, and, well, no, half circle, and now it's completely the opposite. People want them. Yeah, the kitties all come with little cat carriers. So I had this idea that they should come home in a safe box, like a cat you would adopt. I would say no matter how silly your ideas, just don't be afraid to follow them, because it can work.
We'll be right back with more Circus of Chaos from the San Diego Comic-Con. Hey freaks, if you like crazy cool pins and love clowns, the undead, skelecorns, and cats, then check out Pseudo 5 on BigCartel.com. Buy a pin today. Oh, Death, what you gonna do? You gonna put a curse on me? Oh, Death is gonna get...
Dave, you should not be messing with Death. He might take you to the underworld before you're ready.
It's Sideshow Anna. Hey, are you gonna show me around again this year?
Yeah, let me show you what's new.
Let's do it. Sideshow Collectables is known for their amazing premium format statues. What we discover is that they take the collecting experience even further with statue accessories. So with these awesome collectible statues, you're gonna tell me that these are like accessory packs? It's like when you're a kid, you could buy weapons packs for your G.I. Joes. Are you saying these are accessory packs for your Sideshow statues?
Yes, you can upgrade Death. You can accessorize Death. With the Aspects of Death quarter scale mask set. So he's got 3 different looks. You can, so the one that comes on his helmet can pop off. It's got like a little magnetic key in there.
Oh my gosh.
His little leather helm underneath there.
He's scary even without the mask. Now he's the nighttime, sleepy time version of Death, right? That is wicked. What inspired the artist to say, hey, we gotta do these, man?
Well, these are the Underworld factions. So there's 3 factions in the Underworld, as you know, bone, flesh, and spirit. So the designs for each of these, because when Death is, talking to someone from that faction, he might want to, rep that faction. So he's got a spirit look, which is, the little blue spirity soul things. The flesh look, which is this fine assortment here of characters. and little
It's like souls trapped within the helmet.
yeah, all the different little guys in there. Lots of skulls, of course.
So you're not just buying I mean, when you're buying a piece of art that goes on your art. That's what's crazy about this stuff, right?
Oh yeah, and it's nice because you can display these on their own too. So if
Throw them in your detolf. Here you go.
surface area, you can put these guys on your.
Oh, that is freaking awesome. Look at Death now. He's like Death on Death sandwich, guys.
That's Bone Faction, so that's the best faction.
Oh.
Yeah,
Is that like Slytherin, right? Bone Faction?
Exactly, pretty much. Yeah.
So if you love Court of the Dead and you love graphic novels and bright, cheery colors, you have something, don't you?
Oh yes, if you like the creepy and macabre and rainbow hues, we've got a book for you. This is Shadows of the Underworld. It's an original graphic novel. And I'm going to show you guys here an exclusive sneak peek. This is what we do, like an early color test. It's not lettered yet, just to make sure we get those colors just right. This is a standalone story about the Dread's Grip, which is like there's the Force in the Star Wars universe. We have Etheria in Court of the Dead, and just like in the Star Wars, if you fall to the dark side, you can fall to the Dread's Grip. If you consume too many souls, you get kind of lost to the destructive nature. So you can see here, someone.
Are you saying that if I'm a collector of all the statues and lore of this line, I'm gonna see all these characters in this book?
Every single one, and more.
So it's great. It's like bringing your statue to life. You're like, oh, that guy is a real jerk. He just decapitated these guys or did some terrible thing. Or, you know, Malvestros was laughing as someone was being, you know, disintegrated or whatever,
Exactly.
right?
You can get to know the stories and the characters and the voice and tone and learn the underworld slang, which is called whispered. So there's lots to learn and bring different dimension and life to your stamp.
Hey, have you heard from that guy? Yeah, he speaks whispered. He'll corrupt your soul, dude.
Yeah, there's Gethsemane. You get some Exriel. Some of these aren't statues yet, but they will be, so get some folks ahead of time there. The Queen addressing her adoring public. She's actually sussing out a bad guy in that scene there. There's some Exriel.
See, I want to go on vacation now and just read this book and just soak into it. This is beautiful. Anna, what is this? This is a beautiful prop.
Oh, it's not just a prop. You can actually wear this.
What?
This is the Queen's crown. So Queen Gethsemane, this is her headpiece, her crown, her crowning achievement. If you look there, you can see some of the souls kind of blended in. Does it remind you of any particular bone?
Bone Faction.
It's a pelvis, you know, because she's the mother of the underworld and the queen of the yeah, I know, right?
I thought I was getting trivia, right?
And as you can see, Miss Chrissy Lynn, who's been cosplaying as Queen Gethsemane, has been wearing the crown at our booth. And if you're not a fan of the Queen, we've got a different look for you. This is Kier's mask, another prop replica that's also wearable. I've got it screwed in on the thing here.
It feels like bone, hey!
It is underworld bone. Yeah, she made this herself. She's a very, very angry Valkyrie, and you can see that in the mask here. It's a little glowery.
I mean, I'm just in awe of the detail of not just the base, but like, this is the real thing. I mean, this is not cheap stuff.
Straight from the underworld.
Holy crap. And it's, once again, it's a piece of art, but it's also wearable.
Yes, and I'm gonna show you something special and extra cool. You see in there? So Kier kills angels and demons, and she's got angels on one side and demons on the other, and those are the hash marks. Every time she knocks one off, she adds an extra little hashtag there inside the jawbone.
She's like the Boba Fett of the underworld. It's like, for myself, I'm gonna do what I need to do.
Oh, she's more badass than Boba Fett.
Anna, the more I learn about Kier, the more I'm fascinated, and I need a Kier now. And like a cure, right? I need a cure, right?
I've got just the cure for you.
Tell me about it.
10 inches, prestige statuette line. So they're new for us. We unveiled them last year, but they're shipping this December. So you can order her now, and she'll be there for you to tuck into your Christmas stocking.
Well, what I like about it is I can actually collect them all and still eat some top ramen.
Yeah, they're only $89 each, which is amazing. Yeah, sub $100 products, so you can collect all three.
Oh my gosh.
Put them on your mantelpiece. They also take up a little bit less shelf space than a premium format figure. They're 10, 12, and 13 inches respectively, so they're tiny but terrifying.
They fit well in your Detolf collector, guys and girls. Hey, so are these the first three in the line?
They are, yeah. And they're the faction leaders, so they're the most fierce femme fatales we have in the underworld. Kier, Gethsemane, and Zyle.
Okay, so see, if you're gonna get into these, get into them starting now. Get these first 3, because once they're gone, then you'll be looking at the next 3 going, hey, I need all 6 and all 12, right?
Mm-hmm. And then you'll have to buy them on the secondary market, and they won't be $89, so get them while they're hot.
Yeah, you'd be donating a kidney for those things. So you spent years collecting figures, props, maybe some statues, then you wonder, how would I replace this stuff? What if something bad happens to it? Let's stop by and talk with Kim and Grace from Collectables Insurance to find out more. Hey, I'm really excited, okay, because I've been paranoid, right, about keeping my collection safe. And that's what you're talking to a lot of folks here at the con about. So how does it work? I want to insure, say, all my Star Wars and G.I. Joe toys. You know, I'm kind of freaked out over fire, flood, earthquake, acts of God, and all those sort of things. So what do folks do?
Well, this is the place to be because we insure collectibles and we specialize in collectibles. The policy we offer is a market value policy, and it does cover for accidental breakage, burglary, fire, flood, loss in mail, theft, natural disaster, and other causes unless specifically excluded. In the event of a loss, there's no deductible. Can you believe that? No deductible.
Okay, so let's say my dog, right, the Chihuahua chews up my Chewbacca, the Chihuahua chewing the Chewbacca, and it was carded worth maybe 10 grand. How does that work?
Well, if your dog chews up the tobacco, we would have to file a claim, right? First of all, you have to file a claim, but it's very simple. You just go to our website and you fill out a claims form. Everything is dependent on the claims department. They will verify everything, but if you have to verify your collection, you have to provide proof of your collection, and you have to provide proof of the loss and how it happened. And then the claims team will, at that point, look at everything and they will determine, you know, the value of the collection.
Holy crap. All right, so I have renter's insurance. There's a lot of misconceptions, I guess. So I think, hey, man, my toys are covered, but they're not, right? I mean, that's why I need to look into something like this.
Well, every policy is different, but we do, like I said, specialize in toys, and we cover toys. And the policy, the policy is amazing.
Fantastic. What, what's so far? I look funny to you? Oh, they can't handle the clown?
I cannot handle the clown.
Oh my God! No, I'm trying. Listen, I'm paranoid. That's why I stopped at your booth, right? I mean, there's not a lot going on other than you guys got to protect your toys and your collections, and that's part of it. And I look at all these assets in booths, and are these people covered too? Because I was like, what if something falls and crushes one of these booths, and there goes all your pop vinyls, right? Is there insurance for that?
Well, there is insurance. There is insurance, yes.
We're insuring a lot of people here today, too. A lot of dealers, so we do dealers and personal collectors.
Holy crap. All right, so they're safe. I'm safe. I thought I'd be safe, with a shotgun sitting there going, I'm protecting my vintage yak face figure, right?
Well, it's surprising you say shotguns because we also cover shotguns as well. And we cover, it is a market value policy, so we cover your shotguns. We also cover ammo, accessories, and gun safes as well.
So if I stored ammo up for the apocalypse and I've got crates and crates, that could be insured also.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, so my guns are safe, my action figures are safe. I think that's all the collections, right? I mean, that's...
Do you happen to have any stamps? We also have a stamp policy as well.
People still collect stamps. Holy crap. All right, wait. Oh, okay. Actually, you know what? I collected the Mr. Fred Rogers stamps that just came out. So, yeah, I guess I'm a part of that, too. And they're probably worth something because he didn't do anything bad.
Yeah, our company started with a stamp collector. So we are really big into stamps, guns in general. Basically anything you collect, we would insure.
All right, so last thing, someone's got a toy collection, valuables, maybe around 20 grand. What advice do you have for the little guy out there?
Well, we insure anything from $1,000 up to, you could go to $10 million, to be honest with you. But for example, if you had a collection valued at possibly $10,000 to $15,000, and of course dependent on your location, it depends on your safeguards, but you would, it'd probably cost you about $100 a year, annual premium with no deductible.
See, I could do that, so I think I'm good. All right, Elon Musk, if you have a flamethrower collection worth billions, call these lovely ladies, huh?
Yep.
Last Gasp. All right, we're gonna find Skinner around here. Holy crap. It's frickin' Skinner.
Mr. Crap.
Oh, no, man. You got your coloring book, man.
I do.
I bought that. I'm gonna go freak out in color. What do you think?
You should absolutely freak out in color.
Hey, I've been trying to track you down. You're like a Comic-Con ninja assassin. Come on.
Fart in the wind, buddy.
Dude, okay, so I got something for you.
Yeah.
Here's the problem.
Okay.
Okay,
Let's
so
see, what's the problem?
you had a problem in your childhood, right? And, well,
Because I would eat all my Hulk toys.
yeah, you would, right?
Yeah, I would eat all my Hulk toys. They were gummy ones. They were stretchy ones.
I don't want you to get angry, right? But remember that son of a bitch that stole your monster manual?
Yeah. Jeff Bader, you piece of shit. I hope you die and rot, baby.
Whoa! We're gonna rectify that history, okay?
I'm gonna rectify him, dude, as soon as I see him.
Hey, now listen. I got blood on my shoe. I don't want to say that's Jeff's, but I just wanted to let you know.
God.
Close your frickin' eyes, buddy, because we got Skinner his childhood monster manual back from the 79 or whenever. This is the vintage.
God.
So you gotta take away all that angry shit, and you've got to just look up the...
Dude, it was Reed Otis's. Thanks, Reed. Reed Otis.
Reed Otis, hey!
It's so funny, it was Matt Hempstead's, but then Reed Otis erased his name. Oh my God, this is a real deal.
Dude, Reed Otis, man.
Reed Otis, wherever you are out there, contact me. We're gonna arm wrestle for this, buddy. I do appreciate your tenacity against Matt Hempstead.
Hey, what do you, so bury those feelings, man.
Look at even a taped cage. Yes, dude.
This is real.
Yeah,
this is real.
Think about like the intensity of this rip too. He's like, no, no. His character died or something, you know what I mean? Dude, I'm so honored.
Right?
He
Put
did.
it back because he was like, you know what?
Thank you,
Hey,
Mr. Clown Man Dave.
It's Skinner, dude. You
Cousin
gotta
Dave.
don't take away his Dungeons and Dragons because all you're doing is trying to just push down his creativity.
Yeah,
okay?
Don't push me down, buddy. I'm gonna rectify. I'll rectify you. Okay, Jeff?
Cousin Dave, why are you so excited?
I just ordered Circus of Chaos. Milk chocolate custom tins. Limited edition.
No way!
That's right! Do you have a creative idea and love chocolates? You can make dreams come true for your company or nonprofit with custom chocolate tins from the San Francisco Chocolate Factory. You come up with a design or idea, and you can have your very own brand of mouth-watering gourmet sweets to sell or hand out for any occasion. Go to the San Francisco Chocolate Factory.com and get your order today.